All right, we're in. Okay.
I'll have to cut out the first second of video because I may have I may have accidentally been playing copyrighted music for 1 second.
Off video editing.
Mike and the Puppets! Mike and the Muppets versus Albert and the Puppets. I've already fucked up the name. They both have proper banners!
Holy shit, this is a level of professionalism we are not used to here. Although, okay, who wins the banner game? I honestly am down for the Muppets banner there. I like it better.
I do. It's very fun. But look at Albert and the Puppets. It can almost be a real thing. Anyways, we got a Sven ban. We got a Magnus ban.
Alright, Magnus, a very popular hero right now, even being ran in some support positions occasionally, flexed into him. He's just that hero. They nerf him so many times, and he just keeps coming back. I don't know. Like, he's just so good. He provides so much. And an AoE, you know, BKB piercing stun.
We got a Doom ban! And a Faceless ban as well.
The Doom ban, very common. We've seen that in like RD2L and in League of Lads. Just a hero that eliminates another hero from the game most of the time. From the team fight.
Can't really lose his lane.
He can't really lose lane. He gets farm.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
Same
Builds
with Void.
Void too. Very popular ban, yeah. He eventually farms to a point where he wins the game. He's the new PL. Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. Tiny, I love it. Venge, I love it.
Venge not here we've seen a lot of lately, but still very good. I don't think much has changed about her.
No, nothing much has changed. Venge will always kind of be around. I don't think she's particularly amazing right now. I just like Venge. I've always liked Venge. And Pango.
Not a hero, also not a hero that I haven't seen a lot of, but I just feel like the teams maybe we've been casting don't run a lot of Pango. Still a very good hero, I feel. Can be flexed into multiple positions. 2 sometimes, depending on the player. 3 and 4 also. If you're feeling spicy, maybe that one Pango. No, not really.
I think that's too spicy.
New hero.
Okay.
I haven't seen Luna in a long time. But Luna Venge. That's scary. Although Tiny, very good. I actually think Venge is one of the better heroes against Tiny. She's deceptively tanky for a support, can save her cores from Tiny ganks, and she has that magic resist talent fairly early. I think level 10. I want to make sure.
Well,
yes, 12% magic resist, level 10. Get a casual cloak, and all of a sudden, Tiny not as scary for Venge.
Yeah. Well, it is the classic lineup, though. It's the Venge with the Luna, you know? The Luna, maybe you don't see it, but it's with the Venge, and that's kind of spooky.
Yeah. 2 heroes we don't see a lot of, but together, we know what they do. They, Venge buffs up the Luna with her aura, Luna buffing up herself and the Venge. It's just this symbiotic relationship of hell for the enemy team. Just providing that aura of armor and damage and primary attributes. Very, very good.
Yeah. It's solid, you know? We definitely may have played a lot of this together. We may spout its virtues from experience.
We do what's necessary.
We do. Sometimes what's necessary is Luna Venge every game. Sometimes you're forced to play Wraith King every game. That's how it is.
Slardar Snapfire for 30 games in a row.
You play Slardar Snapfire for actually 3 months straight.
Although we did go up like 500 MMR from those games alone.
500, dude. I went from 3.6 to 4.9k.
Off Snapfire alone.
Pretty much.
Oh man, such a good hero. Alright, we should talk about some of the bans here. On the side of Radiant carries. They're just banning carries on the side of Mike and Muppets. Albert and the Puppets though. Banning, or if we just call them Muppets and Puppets, we're calling them Muppets and Puppets.
If you want to call them Muppets and Puppets, just to spite you, I will call them Mike and Albert.
Oh, all right. Muppets targeting carries. I'm not very familiar with the carry player on Puppets, but obviously they feel that the carry bans are the ones that are necessary here, and possibly because they're picking Luna, who, although not very popular with the Venge, she's strong, but not as strong as some of the meta heroes possibly. Ember, though, a hero we have been seeing a lot of. Oh, instantly respond with the Grim. I like the Grim.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man.
Strong hero, very good with Tiny, very good with Pango, and a deny pick because he's also very good against the Pango.
She's annoying against the Luna and because of the silence. He's annoying against the Ember because of the Brute. The one thing is Venge can just hit the swap button. And right now, Venge's swap button, very powerful. You can swap a Pango, you can swap a Grimstroke ulti target. Very strong.
Very strong. Although, I will say, for a long time in this game, once Pango gets a few levels, it gets maybe an early Javelin, the Grim Pango is really annoying to play as against the Luna. You have a lot of HP early, and just one dash from that Pango for the Grim Inkswell. Yes, that's the ability. I know things. Inkswell on you, and that Luna's taking about half her HP every time, at least. And it is awful.
Look at how shiny Pango's sword is. Never noticed. It's very reflective.
It is. I do like that sword. Oh, Slardar. They are pretty quick. All right, Slardar. Once again, this lineup right here. Luna's gonna hit things hard, and she's gonna hit Roche hard. If Muppets here wins a team fight, Roche is dead anywhere past like the 12-minute mark.
Here's the thing, right? With whenever I play Venge, I always have to tell my team, yes, we actually can take Roche. We take it very quickly. And they have a Slardar! That's like an instant Roche. That's like a sub 15-second Roche. That's also powerful.
Yeah. And lots of stuns, lots of disables. I like to see this on both sides. Both teams very clearly knowing what they need. I am kind of scared for some of the heroes on the side of Puppets because Slardar or Venge starts off with a stun, the other follows up with a stun. Both of them having minus armor. Luna right-click someone twice, and they're just dead.
I gotta admit, I am kind of afraid for Venge and Ember on Muppets. Because Tiny can just target eliminate them, you know?
I don't know if Venge she's deceptively tanky as a support, and she has a magic resist talent built in.
Yeah,
at level 10.
It's still gonna be a Tiny toss combo. It's still powerful. And that thing takes out cores.
That's true. I think for a lot of supports that could be there, Venge not the worst one.
Yes, but it's no Undying. It's no Ogre. It's not one of those heroes that you're like, oh well, I'm gonna do half their health. That's at least 4/5. I think it's dangerous.
It is dangerous, but I think it's a hero. Oh, okay, all right.
Dead hero.
That's a new hero right there.
Now. First thoughts, okay, from me, not impressed.
I don't like CK. I'm gonna say this right now. I've tried CK a few times as well. I know I'm not the best person to espouse it, but as well as we don't see it a lot. I know a little while ago some teams were trying it, like a month or two ago, at the higher tiers, and it just wasn't working out. The hero's been buffed a few times in a row now. Very carefully, notably. They know Ice Frog obviously not wanting to push him over the edge. The problem with this hero is he's not the king of late game anymore, and he doesn't farm fast. It would be okay if when he got farmed, he was something like Terrorblade, where it was worth getting there, but it doesn't feel as worth, especially against the Luna. I'm not.
Yeah, that's my main issue. Is maybe CK in a good CK game feels strong, but you have Glaives, you have Ember, who may go for a Maelstrom at some point. We don't know, but you also have Wave of Terror. What do? You ult. Venge Wave of Terrors you, and Luna right-clicks 3 times, and all of your illusions are gone. Like, I feel like it's just a rough game for those illusions. And if you don't have them, then why are you playing CK? But who knows? Maybe he'll get an illusionist cape, like yesterday, with the Terror.
Although, CK's this hero, I just envision Slardar just jumping on him and putting his ultimate on him, and Luna's just gonna kill CK. She's gonna destroy CK.
Real quick, I want to jump in. I agree with you. I just want to jump in. Puppets are banning offlaners. I feel like it's pretty convincingly a Slardar 3, no?
But yeah, they banned Sand King and Underlord last.
I feel like Slardar is coming back in a major way as an offlaner. I feel like those are two kind of wasted bans. You know what might come? You know what unironically might be coming out? Last pick Snapfire. Just saying. Strong hero, more stun. Combos with Slardar.
Also, very good hero against CK in lane, I feel, with the Slardar. Just gets on
and
top of
the
it.
ultimate clears out the illusions. Powerful
Could be good. Fairly tanky support. You want to have some tankier-ish supports against CK. You don't want CK to immediately burst them. Although I will say, CK Grimstroke, very good.
Ooh, a morph! I like that. I like that a lot more. That's a hero that's going to be hard to kill.
I do have one problem with this, though. I don't feel like either of their cores do a lot until they get really farmed.
Yeah, that's fair. Depends on what kind of build we see from the Morphling, though.
Also, Arma CK can get some kills if played right. I just don't feel they're as strong as the Ember is with just abilities, and the Slaughter is with just abilities. Even the Luna, I feel like, with just abilities, is stronger than both these cores right now.
And the one issue, too, is if they do lock down the Morphling, they will burst him. And there! It's not banned! We see a pick! That's probably going to be a 4 Veno. If I had to guess.
Do you know who the 4 player is on this team and the 3 players?
Guess what? I've done some research, and by that I mean I've found the team list.
Oh, wait.
So on the side of Muppets, Ka is the 4 player. So it is a 3 Veno, 4 Slardar. They were right.
All right. And, yeah.
And I already know that Garda is the 4 player for Albert. Ultra Gunner is the carry on meds.
I don't think anyone does that Tiny was anything but the 4. I mean, we have seen him in the mid lane a few times recently.
But I knew it because they were arguing about who's the top 4s in League of Lads. That's how I knew.
I see. All right, predictions for the first game.
I like Muppets more. I like Mike and the Muppets more. They feel really strong. Albert and the Puppets, the draft's not bad, but it's harder to execute. And again, I think they're playing into some counters. Morphling could be unstoppable or instantly killed. And it's only one or the other.
I completely agree. I think it comes back to a lot of things we've been seeing recently with some of these matchups. I think Muppets has just an easier to execute lineup. I think one thing I keep espousing, you've heard me say it multiple times now, Muppets can do things with just their abilities far greater than the side of Puppets. With just one item, one early game item, Ember and Slardar and Veno can do a lot more than I feel that they hear. Although they have the Tiny on the side of Puppets, and maybe they're expecting the Tiny and the Grim to just carry their early game. We've seen it before.
So, I'm gonna trust you to give me the rundown of the mid matchup this game. I used to know mid matchups 3 years ago, no longer. So, feel free to tell me.
All right. At least in my opinion, here's what's gonna happen. Actually, I feel like this Ember could have kill potential on the Morphling, possibly with a rotation. Other than that, I think both heroes will farm. I think Morphling, a very survivable hero with a few levels, lots of damage as well. Look, he's sitting on 69 damage right there, right now. Starting out in lane, and the Ember only 61.
Yeah,
I mean, with the Quelling Blade, he's best. I think the Ember is better at rotating though. So here's what's gonna happen: both are gonna farm fairly well. I feel like the Ember, with a good rune around the 6 to 8 minute mark, could rotate very easily and get kills in other lanes. I don't think we're going to see the Morphling rotate at all.
I think we're going to have a first blood, though, on the Veno. Stunned up, tossed up.
There we go.
Garda, first blood. You want that on Tiny. That is going to be space towards your blink. And look at this man. He's running mid. No, he's not. He's running past me.
Although
It's a bit early for a mid-game.
Tranquil's already up on the Tiny, coming out.
That is terrifying. And that's first blood. Obviously, that's what you want. Bounty runes looks like they did go 2 for 2.
2 for 2? No.
No. 3
for
for Dire. Yes.
Wow, this is the start you want for Dire. We said it's kind of an awkward lineup. Maybe they want a stronger start, and they're getting it so far.
Well, I'll say a Tiny can turn any game wide open.
That is fair. And here's the one thing I was starting to say about there is some more kill and harassment on the side of Ember. If you look at Ember's already playing his lane very well, even doing damage to the Morphling under his tower, and just kind of forcing him back. When they were down here in the river, he was kind of forcing him off the wave a bit for a second. So the Ember are very capable of doing this. So that is what I think will come out of this matchup to an extent.
Yeah. Tiny doing his job, blocking the creeps, and not only that, pulling.
Oh, look! It's the kill! I watched that. So the Ember was zoning this Morphling, and he knows this matchup very well. He must know that hero, because he sleight of fisted, and I didn't think he was going to die, and he went down.
Well, you know what I was going to say, and it was foolish of me not to, because I would have looked smart, is I was going to say, I think if there is a kill timing for the Ember, it's pre-level 3 on the Morph. And
pre that second level into Morph,
2.
Yes.
Oh, Tiny misses the toss back onto the Venge. Anyways, that's the first T-Tours of the night. That's okay, though. And look, now Ember's low. Obviously, Morph is low, too, but with that second level in the Morph...
Brings out a salve, though, and a bottle from that first blood.
He's in a well-off place now.
Alright, what we got going on the lanes? Bottom lane, it does look like...
Tiny's getting the toss back on the Luna under the tower. And then the big Q, that's going to be a kill split between them. The tower, it's the last hit.
That was good. It was looking like Luna was doing a lot of damage, but she was a little too far up to get that extra Lucent beam onto the Pango, and it cost her life.
I mean, that's just the power of the Tiny toss. You don't play it careful, you're under tower, you're dead.
Oh, yeah. Top lane, what's going on top lane? CS-wise, pretty close, fairly close. A little slight lead for the CK. But the Vino, as these levels come up, I feel like...
Morph is taking a lot. So is Ember. I don't think it's going to result in a kill at this stage.
Those denies right there. Morphling doing pretty well in CS considering that first drop. Before that first drop happened, dude.
Bardar dies. And...
although, the deny probably going to come out here.
How?
Yeah.
Ultra Gunner wants another CS.
You could tell that right there that Vino really wanted that.
Yeah.
Tiny
has the Ava. Doesn't have mana for the toss though. So that won't be a kill.
Mid lane, once again, we're finding the Morphling low on health. And he's sitting pretty close to having phase a little strength, which does hurt his ability to CS slightly.
Yeah, they're going to be contesting for the 4-minute runes here pretty hard. I think if Ember gets it, it could be major trouble. Tiny rotates for the bottom rune. Oh, and this could be poor anyways, if it spawns top. Oh, Morph commits. The rune doesn't even spawn there. But he'll be fine. He's got the second level of Morph, and now it's up to Tiny. Meanwhile, Pango gets killed. Now, I don't know if Tiny will pick up the haste. He may try and hold it. The bottle is not on.
No, he's going to grab it. He's going mid for that kill. He wants that kill. He sees the low mana on Ember.
Ward, though.
Ember has no mana.
There is a ward, though, so I don't think he's going to get anything.
Oh, I don't think he is. Ember's not going to play that way. He's going to...
And Ultra Gunner, he's maybe in a bit of trouble.
Oh, Venge is in trouble bottom. No.
Oh, he misses on the stroke. The swell, they will get the kill first. XP does go his way. So that is a kill, but they lose the CK for it. Probably not worth it.
I don't think so. I mean, who dropped first here? It was...
they did get the Venom first, but the kill went the way of the Grimstroke.
Alright. I feel like... that might actually be even because of how that split up, maybe. Although, the XP very good.
Well, Bounty Runes looking 2 for 2.
Yeah,
Nothing interesting. The Courier, Avenge, does go down. Not the Tiny killing it, but
Avenge might be in trouble.
Maybe.
I see she's getting a dash here in 3 seconds. She's got a mango. She's looking to turn.
Oh, yeah, looking to turn, but Tiny's here looking to turn on the turn.
Mid lane, Morphling still sitting very low. This is a dangerous game for both heroes here.
Yeah, but Ember doesn't really have the burst to kill.
No, he
like,
doesn't.
Out of this morph.
If you commit too many remnants to try to...
But, there's not going to be a
there
kill,
go.
I don't think. Or is there?
Oh, what do we got here on the Tiny? Tiny, I think, is going to drop here.
There's no mana.
On Veno?
They get the Veno top, meanwhile. Okay. Overall,
right,
not much happening. I always feel so scared when I'm playing Morph and I'm more full agi to heal like that, but it works out.
That random slight's gonna come from Fog and just end your existence.
What if he has a ward behind tower? What if he's waiting?
Veno suffering the levels because these drops here. Although it was kind of worth it, seemed like in gold at first. Now he's starting to be lackluster in the level department, which might hurt them. Oh, bottom lane ping's coming out on Luna.
They have the toss. They have the combo. It's not really a lot of damage. But no one's going to die.
Drop on the Luna. That's really helping her out here.
It's value a powerful pickup, item.
An item I think a lot of people forget about these days.
Yeah, well,
but it's very strong.
It used to be the God IRD. I used to build it every single game. Now it's been replaced by Bassi.
Morphling doing fairly well. Actually, very well in CS, I feel like, especially with denies, considering his early fall.
They're going on the Slardar up top. The stun, followed by the ink. The follow-up stun and the ultimate gets a crit. And now they farm the stack. Maybe.
I will say, the bottom lane? And probably nothing happening
anything's happening.
Seeing the pings come out and his dad.
We are seeing a bit of a fight in the mid lane, but it's just.
He's gonna refill the bottle here, I think.
Fights, yeah, the bottle refill coming out. The waveform could be dangerous, but Ember doesn't have many points in the slight, so it's gonna be hard to lock him down.
Slaughter gonna stack this camp here again. These camps are getting stacked for Luna, obviously.
I'm surprised he's not doing the double stack. I don't know how easy it is doing melee here. Meanwhile, top, though, this is a deceased Venomancer. They don't want to deal with them. The kill goes to Garda.
I will say, this is what
towards a blink.
This is what you want to see from the side of Dire. CK is a hero that he farms fairly well on, or not very well at all on his own, very slowly. These kills are what accelerate this hero, accelerate him into the mid game, get these items like this Midas, and then into the armlet. So these kills are both benefiting not just the Tiny, but the CK as well, I feel.
God, and look, Garda's on a scouting mission, discovering the stacks.
Midas about to come out, by the way, for the Chaos Knight. He has the gold, if he wants it.
Uh-oh, Garda might be in trouble. Only a level 3 Slardar, actually. No, probably not.
This is a very good Midas timing with the Bracer and the boots already.
Man, another stack. This one's gonna be tough.
Do you think he's gonna get it? Alright.
Good time.
I believe.
It depends on the creeps. I feel like sometimes the creeps like to troll you and go home early. Does get it.
Look at that.
Choose to go home.
Oh, and not for the Luna. This is going to be for the catcher for the Veno, I think. Also very good.
Yeah,
they're having a kind of rough lane.
Oh, and meanwhile, they want this Pango. 6 seconds before Swashbuckle. The Luna ulti does come out.
There we go. But the smoke coming in on them still. They know that Eclipse is used. Luna could die here. They got 3 heroes coming.
Yeah, moving up. They see the Venge with the ward. They're going to see the Luna now as well. Morph decides to kill the courier.
Oh, Venge is going down.
In an interesting decision, goes towards them. And now will pay the price with their life. But eats the gank successfully, I'd say.
Yeah.
Luna's not going to die.
Alright, I think that's actually value for the side of Radiant there. With that many heroes rotating and they get the Pango, they only lose the Venge. Although Luna is sitting in her tower not doing much, but that is preferable to dying because she gets the TP top now. Farm's starting to push her way.
Oh, and meanwhile...
Oh, CK might be in trouble.
They're going on the CK, they get the slow. CK has ulted, will kill the Slardar. Is he going to deny himself? No. There was one smack.
Although
didn't come out.
CK will not come up by the time that Midas stuff cooldown. There will be about 5 or 6 seconds where Midas is off cooldown. That's value lost right there.
I'm not sure about the Veno staying here. I feel like you want to put the Veno in another lane. I guess bottom is dangerous. That's the call that they're making.
They're already set up, yeah. I think you just push this tower down with the Veno.
A little spooky.
I think you get this tower with the Veno and the Luna, and then you maybe reallocate heroes to other lanes.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough. Oh, actually, Dire's pushing pretty slow. They still have the siege creep. Should be okay for them, especially with the
Venge they're going to get it first, I think.
That third level in the aura. More attack.
Has the arcane room. Very scary for the Morphling if he's careful.
I still feel like Morphling. He has 4 points in Morph. I don't think he's going to die to the Ember. There would need to be a stun to prevent that Morph. Which, of course, there is not at this stage.
Alright, 2 heroes, both the Grim and the Pango, heading mid. Something's happening here, but they're just dewarding. They were spotted by that ward before they dewarded it.
Radiant in a pretty good position to prevent them.
Yeah, Slardar...
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Slardar and Venge are sitting behind the Ember right now, and now the Veno as well.
Yeah, this number's gonna be hard to do anything to. And just the Morph is just gonna morph strength whenever he needs to. It's basically unkillable. Yeah, he just waveforms out. Even with 4 people, you're not gonna catch anything. It is a little inefficient from these two teams. They're doing the classic middle stare down. You never want to see it. Now, there is an Invis Tiny just out of range of the sentry, so they don't know.
They did see him get the Invis, though. Slardar was on the high ground when he got it.
They're unsure as of this moment. Look, he's just gathering intel. Will he steal these creeps with the Navatas? Or will Venge place down another sentry? Doesn't have one.
Should I have one?
Oh, and look at this. The statue ward for the side of Dire. Gotta love it. Will be spotted by the wave. One of the few situations where it doesn't work. And Dire is now collapsing around the mid tower. Can Veno create the army fast enough? Chooses to shovel.
These trees kind of to the left side of middle Radiant Tower are a lot worse than they used to be a few years ago. They used to be able to kind of juke really well in these trees. It was really hard to go on a hero like Veno that was in those trees. But now, there's inaccessible terrain right there. It's awful.
But Veno, just press E. Much like Tide Hunter.
Yes, for wave clear, yes.
Alright, we got a lag pause.
Alright,
what do we want to, is there something about the game we want to talk about, or do we want to look at effigies?
I would like to talk about, let's look at how the heroes on both sides are doing in terms of net worth. CK doing very well considering Luna, usually we would think farms a lot better than him, but those early kills leading into an early Midas really accelerating him past Luna at this point. 800 net worth ahead. Although I think we will see Luna start to catch back up now with the Mask of Madness and maxed out Glaives. But great start for CK, I think.
Honestly, all of Dire, it feels like they sort of won or at least drew all 3 lanes, which you have to have with this. And that's why they're looking powerful despite our initial thoughts on the draft.
Yeah. I do feel, though, that there is a timing still coming for the side of Muppets. And when it comes, the side of Muppets has to be able to weather it.
One thing, I wanna do a quick comparison here.
All right.
Between the Tiny and the Slardar. Tiny, 400 gold closer to that Blink Dagger. And I feel like it's very powerful on him, but he is behind pretty far in levels. Level 5 to the level 6 of Slardar. So actually not that far behind. Thought he was level 7.
Yeah, I do feel like he's closer to the Blink, and the Blink stronger on Tiny relative to how strong it is on Slardar, I will say. Slardar can get some good initiation, but Tiny, he becomes a one-man kill team on some heroes once that Blink comes out. A pretty crazy item for him.
Oh, alright, they're going.
All
they
right.
talk some smack.
Clanker's once again talking. He got level 16 as Warrior again. that he's really thrown out. He must be very proud of his warrior, I guess.
They're talking about WoW Classic, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they are talking about WoW Classic. I never played WoW originally, so maybe WoW Classic I should try it. It should it'll give me the experience I never had as a child.
Oh, they're looking at the CK.
All right, bottom
We're
lane.
just talking about it. They have a setup for it. Slardar's fast, but is he fast enough to catch the gunner? Gets a stun. They do ult out. He's trying to get out onto the Venge. Does get a pretty good stun. And the ultimate from the Grim. And the Inkswell. And the Reality Rift. Just keeping them together. But actually, Ultra Gunner, he's got to turn around. Careful. Radiant's coming. And they want blood. They will catch Ultra Gunner. But it's going to be costly, it looks like, as Maguire takes a lot of damage. Ka does manage to take out the Grim Stroke. And now Maguire has to run. Does have the drums, pops it, but gets popped himself. Meanwhile, up top, though, Luna takes out the Tiny. I just caught the literal corpse falling into the ground.
Alright, well,
but I did catch it.
Delaying Tiny's blink quite a bit. He's getting close, but that delays it quite a bit. On the bottom lane, you know, Dire just committed more heroes at first. The Grimstroke, very strong. It's just linking both those heroes together. The CK, a lot stronger, I think, than the side of Radiant expected, if I'm being honest. Instantly taking out the Venge, doing lots of damage to both the Ember and the side. And I can't remember the heroes. Slardar, yes. Pango's ultimate also showing why this hero is still very strong.
Yeah.
Breaking up that team fight.
Here's the thing, though. We've talked about it a bit. Not this game, but Venomancer sits middle, puts down the Plague Wards, and you're forced to contest it. You have to bring someone here, or you'll lose your tower. Meanwhile,
yeah,
Veno himself, very safe.
Yes, Veno is like this hero that artificially turns any lane into a dead lane for the enemy team.
But it looks like he's deciding not to press that advantage at the moment.
Yes. Spirit Vessel out on him, though, that's really big, especially against heroes like CK and Morphling. Not as good as it used to be, but still very good, I feel.
Yeah, they removed the HP regen reduction on Poison Sting. I had to double check that. So it's not quite as good. Oh, but Dire. They're smoked near this bounty. They're not going to do anything, but they want the Luna. The Luna is showing, and she's in a pretty bad position. There is an Inkswell, now a Silence. Isn't going to escape the Inkswell. The toss combo is going to come in, and they even commit that Rolling Thunder. That's a kill that they'll get.
Now coming on the courier, by the way.
It's time for Ka to get his revenge with the stun. He has to dodge the Inkswell. Will not do so. They will kill him. Tiny now having the blink. Slardar, his is still about 600 gold away. That's a big advantage for Dire.
Yeah, they get something done here in the next few minutes with that blink. That's a huge advantage they have over the Slardar. Slardar still having to run at the enemy. But he is getting this far mid, although might get gone on, getting low.
I think it's going to be okay. There is no Rolling Thunder on this Pango. He will have his Q to get out, but that'll be all he has. If you notice real quick, I just want to point out, look at Dire's vision right around that Roche pit. They're ready for a Roche play.
They know what the side of Radiant need to do with their lineup. Also something I want to talk about. Morphling, we didn't talk about this, but Morphling morph targets. Ember is a great morph target. Really adds the damage of early game I was not even thinking of for the side of Dire. Because they just take that hero and most of his kit. Every team fight.
Yeah. And we got another middle stare down coming. 4v5 right now. CK's off farming. And it's tough. The wave clear is pretty good. Oh, the Pango gets tossed in. And now he's stunned. I think it was supposed to be a roll combo. But it didn't work out. And Tiny just tossed in a poor, lonely Pango.
That is not what you want to see there. That's some EG plays right there, if you remember. Just tossing your own teammate. Probably just poor communication. But no, please don't do it, Tiny. And, he gives you one free ticket on Tiny Airlines.
Now, of course, I don't know the interaction. Tiny... Alright, this is where my respect as a Tiny player is on the line. Tiny can't toss people who are magic immune, right?
I don't believe so.
I'm pretty sure of that, but I'm never quite 100%. I play Tiny and I should know.
Correct us? We can check after this, though.
So,
as well.
You get magic immunity, when you're rolling. So there's no way to do that combo, right?
And it interrupts. Does it interrupt allies though? Could he start channeling as they timed it right? And then
I think if he gets moved, it doesn't keep channeling. But maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe he did just stop channeling. I'm unsure of that specific interaction with Toss.
This is something we do not know. We will figure it out after this series or after this match, possibly.
Well, we say that, or we might just forget. Very possible.
I will make sure. Don't worry, everyone.
Okay.
Something I want to touch on.
Okay.
I was talking about how this Luna should be catching up to this. Oh wait, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh yeah, we've got an ultimate. We've got a reality rift, but we have a very good ultimate from the Venom. A swap tries to keep them alive, but we're down 4 at the cost of nothing. Luna came in. Luna, no, you don't want to come in. Luna's trying to juke, get stunned. That's going to be the death of Luna. That's a team wipe. That's the opposite of what you want.
Alright, although CK and Grim went down, that was huge damage from both the Tiny and the Morphling coming out. Some Pango swashbucklers in there, swashbuckles in there as well. Even I was not ready for how much damage that Dire just put out on the side of Radiant. Do they have a hood or a pipe coming out? I feel like they need one at this point.
I think it's partially where they took the fight. You know, if you're going to clump up 5 or 4 heroes in the low ground in the river, you're going to have a bad time.
Yes.
But that's the start of the push.
Yes.
You know, the start of the tilt. Are they going to get clankers here?
I think he's fine. He has swashbuckle.
They have vision of him, though. Oh, no, they don't. They get the stun. Ember gets the root. 10 seconds. I don't think he's going to be able to get off that rolling thunder. And he's going to get stun comboed. Oh, one more would do it, and he'll get it. So back away safely.
Awkward CK ultimate, I feel. Just going to use it to farm
CK
now.
Popped it. That's rough. That's not what you want.
Although the cooldown reduced
recently,
and look, makes a lot
Slardar's not done yet. He saw Tiny.
He wants blood.
Blind blink? No.
So as I was saying, even before the Death Blast fight of Luna was about 2,000 net worth behind the CK, and now about 3,000. Not what you want to see for a hero that you pick partially for the ability for her to farm and accelerate very fast. CK here that as we all know, he doesn't have any built-in farming abilities. Oh.
Not sure. Nope, doesn't look like.
Alright. CK, no built-in farming abilities. Doesn't really like to build farming items other than the occasional Midas. So for last year, we did see some CK Battle Furies for a while, but that did not last long. But CK getting back-to-back kills and successful team fights on the side of Dire, really helping him out as we look at this next team fight coming up, it seems.
Well, maybe. They're kind of just farming near Roche. I mean, the CK and the Grim are smoked, but they're not really moving. Perhaps they're concerned of a Roche from Radiant, but it's not happening. Oh no, but they might find Luna. That would be a good kill. They do find her. That's Ava.
But Gardner says
that's a toss. That's no BKB. There's not even any point in TPing, guys. Just cancel them, they say.
That just feels awful as the Luna. I think Luna, she's TP'd up and died here like 3 times in a row now, though. At this point, you possibly need to start going to your triangle. Your team needs to relinquish that to you. More of your inner, lower jungle. You need to ward that up.
You just need to sit your Venge at max swap range behind you. Because
yeah, but I don't know if that will do it, though. If they can commit enough heroes.
Maybe. Oh, they go on to the illusion. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
See, that's how you protect your Luna. You just make them go on an illusion every time. You bait them into it. See, now you get them to ping bottom. They want to go farm bottom now.
Dire's wards around this Roche pit have been excellent. This is another sneaky one that could catch out Radiant if they're not careful. Radiant, however, choosing to smoke. Will they find anything? Dire is on the high ground. They're looking. They find Ultra Gunner. They miss the stun, though. And that's disastrous. Now a tiny Atlas and a toss. Ember going to go down very quickly. Venom manages to get off the ultimate. But Radiant's in full retreat as they instantly lose 2. Make it 3. Make it 4. Luna's all alone. An unfortunate blind blink.
So in that team fight, he did actually, I think, catch that blink, but there was no follow-up. It didn't last very long on the CK with that status resistance coming out from the Sanjin Yasha. And right into Roche is what you want to see. They're not only getting for themselves, but denying a very valuable asset that is necessary to Muppets draft.
Yeah. Well, what happened was the Slardar, he blinked and tried to cast the Crush, but he blinked a little bit too far north. So he kind of had to wait for the CK to run into range, and then he got the stun, but he was silenced right afterwards. Didn't have time to get the R off. The minus armor, whatever they call it now, corrosive haze.
Oh, GG coming out.
Oof, they've just decided it's not worth it. What an early GG.
That was early GG. I think one thing I will notice about the game I was about to just mention, we kept seeing that Luna on the tail end of fights running away at the end of these lost fights. Fights that I don't think she should ever have been there for in the first place, because the way where she was meant she was probably running there as the smoke gank was in place already. She either needs to be in the smoke, or she just needs to be on the other side of the map farming. I saw that happen at least 3 times, I think, and that's going to lead a lot to that disparity in net worth between her and the CK, regardless of her innate ability to farm and make farm on the map.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We're in the lobby. I have to go run and grab some water. So you gotta carry the cast for a minute. I will be right back.
Are we casting the lobby? Alright, everyone. Welcome back. It's just me, Matcast, going to get water. Hopefully he does not die on his way or on his way back. But, there's always a chance. That was really morbid. I'm sorry, everyone. Well, let's go back to ranking our BO2 waifus, everyone. I've never gotten to finish this list. Alright. So, Wind Ranger, I think now, number 1 tier, the Arcana really bringing out her best features, solving some problems like her scoliosis and her voice. No offense to her voice, but, it's kind of, we all know how it used to be, right? Templar Assassin, still, for me, in 2nd place. There's something about Templar, and I don't know. Templar Assassin. Now, I've heard some people recently saying that Winter Wyvern deserves a spot in the top 5 BO2 waifus. I don't know if that's a meme or if there are just a lot of people really into dragons. Maybe there are just a lot of people into dragons. I don't know. Man, where is he at? All right, let's go look at their items, everyone. Let's look at the cosmetic game. Let's rank them. All right, Slardar here. I ranked this on a scale of 10. Honestly, for Slardar, for the items he has, I put this at an 8. It's very good, but it's just stacked immortal. Sometimes I like to see some more originality, using some of the more obscure sets. So there's some really good sets that aren't as flashy, but it is all the immortals, so it still looks very good. I just, I'll give this an 8. 8 out of 10. All right, let's see what you got here. Now this is what I like to see. This is some old stuff from some of those. What were they? The seasonal ones from the major tournaments that had these ambient effects you could get by adding these infusers, is what they were called. And this Ember one has this sandstorm fire effect. I really like this. That combined with some of these immortals and these little blade things are a little different. I'm going to give this Ember a 9.5 out of 10 on this cosmetic game. All right, thank you, everyone.
Oh, excellent work. Excellent work. I hear you coveted. Carrying the cast, don't worry. Thank you. I forgot to get water.
We also briefly discussed why Winter Wyvern is being placed in some people's top tier waifu lists. I guess some people are just into dragons, maybe. And there's a lot more people in dragons than we realize.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's a perfect timing for me to come back. Because we are in Game 2.
All right. Now, I'm going to be honest. Both of us pretty in favor of the side of Mike and Muppets last time with HF. We felt like it was easier to execute, better, more well-rounded for early and mid-game. Obviously, we were wrong.
Yes, but I will go back to the win 3 lanes, win the game argument.
I think some lanes were a draw that game. I will argue.
But they didn't lose in any lane. And the important lanes won.
Yes, and the CK got kills in lane several, which is what's important for that hero, I feel, to accelerate his farm, given that he does not like to build any of the big farming items.
Absolutely.
Anyways, this is a new game, and CK gets banned in the first 2 bans from Muppets, obviously showing some respect for that CK that maybe they didn't think was as much of a
Yeah,
problem.
and Puppets, they remembered that Venomancer's a hero, and they're like, ugh, even though we won, it still feels like we lost, so they banned it. And Tiny first pick again.
I feel like a Tiny is a hero right now. If you do not ban him, especially the further up you go in the tiers of matches, if you don't ban him, he's going to get first pick whoever can grab him.
But this is the mirror. Obviously. This is the Ka going to be playing the Tiny instead of the Garda.
Do you think Ka will be able to put this early game, on his back as much as Garda was able to? With his Grimstroke also helping out up there, I will say, last game.
I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, because I've never seen Ka play Tiny, so I can't comment on it.
I need your prediction right now. No.
I mean, I love Tiny, so yes.
Yes, just to hear it. Oh! Not allowing that Grimstroke. Worried that Grimstroke might come out?
I think it's just a solid pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, or maybe they just really value the Grimstroke. It did a lot of work for them, not just with the Tiny, but with the CK and with the Pango last game.
Is it Luna again? You think?
I don't think so. I think the Venge, maybe just a comfort hero for them for their pause 5. It's still a good hero, even without the Luna, I will say. Swap very valuable. Stun, a very solid stun. Wave of Terror and the Aura, still very good. And a fairly tanky support, more than you would think. But
it feels like you're losing out on that Aura unless you have a ranged hero to go with it, you know?
Yeah, although I don't know if you pick Venge here if you want to get the Luna. Right?
Well, yeah, that's the one thing. It could get banned.
Although I don't think you pick the Luna here, because then the Venge gets banned, most assuredly. And then Luna, I feel, is a very lackluster hero right now in this meta without the Venge. She's not nearly as strong as she could be.
Maybe the Luna gets banned and they pick Drought. Never mind, we got an Invoker. They picked the Ember second last game as well, right?
Yes, they did. They show they are willing to pick their mid early on this.
Yeah. Game. Albert and the Puppets, they're not afraid to use that second pick for their mid. They even have last pick. They didn't have to do that. But here they are.
No, wasn't Ember on the side of Muppets last time? Ember was on
You're
Muppets.
Right. I'm an idiot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm an idiot. They last picked the Morph last game, didn't they?
It still could be mid, though. I do think it still could be mid, but I think there's also the possibility that this is a 4 Invoker. Garda showing, as he is a very skilled player. I don't know if he plays the Invoker, but I wouldn't be surprised. A more and more popular Invoker here, 4 Invoker is these days, more than he was a few years ago.
Well, I think he's fallen off since when he became popular.
Yes, he has fallen off a bit.
He needs a lot of levels, which you don't really want on a 4.
Yeah, about 8 or 9 months ago, there was some builds though that were very strong with him, even without a lot of levels.
Yeah, well, that was just the power of Cold Snap and Spirit Vessel being insane.
Yes, that was really the only reason. But all right, bans here: ban on the Void, ban on the Legion, and ban on the Void Spirit. Yeah, I have to specify. I can't just say Void anymore. It's awful.
Ban on the Void and ban on the Void. Both Voids banned out. That's how you do it.
It's obviously it's a fact you can't avoid.
All right. If anyone is looking for a play-by-play commentator, I have opened up after that horrific joke. No, we're fine. I haven't fired Eli yet. All right, we got an Underlord ban. Respectable. Underlord, kind of an anchor of a hero. Never bad.
This Darkseer ban, you said multiple times you don't feel that he's as strong as he used to be a few weeks ago. But every game we've cast so far, I think we have seen, in the last 2 weeks, a Darkseer ban.
Yeah, but I think it's different when you have a Tiny. I think there's specific situations where I'm not saying Darkseer is never good, but it's not like in previous patches where you just pick a Darkseer and he wins you the game, right? Obviously, if the Tiny is going to be good, and they get a Doom, okay, it makes it to second phase. That's surprising.
Yeah. Doom, although banned out, or I picked when they banned Terrorblade out, I don't know. Terrorblade feels
Hold
like
on.
a hero who
Everything's changed.
Wait a second. There's a Tiny and is this a 2 Tiny?
It may be a mid-Tiny.
Alright, it could be a 2 Earth Spirit as well. I've seen it.
Yeah, but we're not all Thompson, Eli.
No, I've seen some NA pubs that going around. If that's some of the higher tiers. I've been watching some streams. I've been seeing some Earth Spirit 2 going around.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is high tier. No one in this match is below Immortal.
No, yeah, this is a higher tier game even for League of Lads.
Is it? I know Lads is average of 6K. So.
Alright, that shows what I know. I am new to casting League of Lads, everyone. My apologies. You can ban me later.
Yeah, ban him from the Discord. He's not in.
Oh yeah. Alright. Easy.
Nice work. Don't get fired. Anyways, it's gonna be exciting.
It could be either of these heroes too. Probably more likely the Tiny, but I do feel there's a small possibility it's the Earth Spirit. He has done the games I've seen him played. He's done work in the 2 position, this Earth Spirit.
A bold prediction. I'm gonna go safer, and I'm gonna say it's probably the Tiny mid.
All right. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling. As I was saying before the pick came out. Oh wait,
we got a new one. The Clockwork. We love the Clockwork here.
All right, Invoker's mid then. I think Clockwork 4, Clockwork 4. Sorry, 4. Doom 3, obviously.
You know what though? It's my turn to be out there. You know what's been getting more popular recently? Mid Doom. 3 Clockwork, 4 Invoker. We could see it. Although, insider knowledge, somebody did say that the pattern only plays Invoker more for Pango. And he is their mid player. So it's probably an Invoker.
Oh, he is the hero puddle of League of Lads. That's not a bad thing. I mean, a man won TI off of 3 heroes.
Look, wide as a puddle, deep as an ocean.
Yes. See, that's the point. Those 3 heroes, you're just so good at them that...
A troll!
What can they do about it?
I hate troll!
Also, I feel... Oh, go ahead.
I feel like troll always... His ultimate needs to give him, like, magic immunity or something. I feel like he just always gets controlled through it. Like, and this game's no different. Clockwork Cogs, Invoker Cold Snap, Doom Stomp. Like, I feel like the troll is just gonna get ruined when he ults. And then he's on 1 HP.
Yeah, I think troll... Here's what's gonna happen with troll. You just get Invoker Tornado, it's like Cogs Pushback or something. It's just awful. Like, you're saying, all these things, it's just... Especially the Tornado. Tornado's awful to play, because you just like Tornado him. If you have enough points in Wex that early, everyone just backs up from you then. And then you're running at them deeper into their lineup.
I don't know. Troll to me feels very strange with his ultimate, because obviously you want to pop it when you're low, but for it to be useful, you want to have BKB on, but you don't want to save your BKB until you're basically dead. Like, I don't know. The hero to me, it just feels awkward to play.
I feel if Troll's ultimate did give magic immunity, I don't know if that would make him too strong though. Would it?
Maybe.
Although if you, go ahead.
I'm not Balance Man, but I feel like he needs something like that for. I feel like his ultimate is you basically shouldn't even consider it because every game there's going to be control for it. And,
yeah, if
and
the
there's
team's
already
competent, he's gonna get controlled. What I do think, here's 2 ideas for Troll. I think either you give it magic immunity, or if you don't want to give it magic immunity, I think you allow him to control himself during it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That might be better. But then he just uses it as an escape. But then again, now he just uses it and prays he survives, so...
Yeah. It's kind of a last-ditch escape anyways. Alright, some bans here.
Yeah.
Razor, ban that makes sense against the troll. It's a very good hero against the troll. He ultimates, you just put your sap on him, you Yules him up in the air, and yeah, the team fight's over.
And Anti-Mage. That's a hero that I understand the banning for. So honestly, ever since people have learned how to rat on Anti-Mage, it's been the most annoying hero.
That's been since the beginning of BO2.
No, because people definitely, at least I played with people who didn't know how to rat. Bloodseeker! Probably the off-lane.
Yes, a hero we haven't seen as much in recent days, or like the last week or two. But he was very popular for like a week or so. It was like every game, there was a Bloodseeker.
Well, that's because Secret's picking it. And they were still picking it. Even up to the grand finals, they were picking it. And now we just haven't seen it because Omega's been over.
Yes, that's fair. But if Secret does it, that means everyone should do it. Yes, be a Secret, you know, to be fair, they are the best team in the world, I think, so.
Wraith King! Eli, take it away!
Alright, Wraith King, he's gonna do one thing and one thing really, really well. He's gonna sit in his lane. He's gonna be really hard to go on. And he's gonna get farm regardless of what you do to him. And eventually,
I would like to quickly
he will get to a point.
It is Tiny
that.
Carry on.
Alright, yeah. He will get to a point, eventually, where he will just kill, looking at these heroes, 4 of these heroes with ease. The troll might prove a little harder. But people think of Wraith King as like this really hard to kill carry a lot of times, but they forget this carry puts out a lot of DPS as well. With that crit and with the skeletons, although they're not as great as they used to be, honestly, because they're more just a farming tool now. The skeletons used to be very good at pushing. They use shove waves a little bit now, but you're not going to see them really taking towers as much as they used to be with the reduced duration.
I'm a little concerned for the Tiny mid.
Yeah, he's into the Invoker. I'm going to be honest. I don't know that matchup very well. But
Invoker has a lot of damage, and Tiny does not have much armor.
Nope, and I feel like Tiny can't really go on the Invoker. He just tornadoes and walks away, and what do you do? Or he tornadoes, and support comes in for a gank, and what do you do? I think this is also very dependent on what Invoker we see. Or we see a Quaswex or an Exor early focus. I don't know what the Invoker meta is right now, if I'm being honest.
The Invoker meta always feels like a war. I feel like in pro matches we see a lot of Quaswex. I feel underwhelmed by Quaswex in the early game a lot of the time. I feel like it's kind of that situation where you're griefing your lane, and because of that, your game is a lot harder. And that's my perspective as the ex-Invoker player. I've always preferred that lane power.
I will counter that, though. As we were saying, the biggest problem heroes like Troll have are getting controlled. That Quaswex offers far more control than a lot of heroes can offer.
Yeah, but on the same coin, his team offers quite a bit of control as well, between the inevitable hoof stomp from Doom and the Clockwork both having batteries and cogs.
Although we are going to see the Alacrity Wraith King at some point, which is frightening.
Wow!
Wraith King is going to be great this game, I think. I think Wraith King is just going to sit. Oh, wait. Alright, what do we got bottom? We got something going on bottom. There's a lot of heroes.
I think they're just posturing right now. They do have the Battery Assault Inkswell combo, and I feel like Radiant's got to be exceptionally careful. Indeed they are. A simple 2 for 2. First point does go to Quas for Invoker, so possibly a Quaswex build with that. I feel like if you're going Quas Exhort, you'll almost always get that Exhort point first.
Although maybe not. I mean, Coldstone, I think, far more value level 1 ability than, what is it? Sunstrike is level 1. Sunstrike not as valuable, I don't think.
Tiny did take that Ring of Protection, which will be a big help for him in this lane.
That 2 armor is huge.
From 0 damage reduction up to what? 12%. That's a big increase.
Alright.
They want to kill Ultra Gunner already. I don't think they're going to succeed, but they do a lot of damage.
Though. That's a lot of damage. This is what you want to do to this Wraith King. Although, in the end, not very effective, I don't think. He will still get his farm. A hero that just finds the farm where he needs it with those skeletons, with that passive lifesteal. Although, going on him again, and bottom.
Yeah.
Doom might be going down. Kill.
Doom is out, has a salve. Now, this is interesting. With the Wraith King, it's been a while since I really paid attention to the Wraith King build, but I was of the opinion, or under the impression, that you didn't really get stun until like level 4.
You do now.
Okay.
Also, because Radiance has really fallen off, I feel, for most players. It is into this Armlet and then Deso build for most players.
Gotcha.
You
Also, Invoker... Oh, sorry, real quick, Invoker is going crossway.
Ah, see, I was right. Look at that. Ah, Clockwork pulling the wave, bottom. Look at that, but he might get stopped by the Venge. Venge might get him. But he waits. He blocks the camp, too. Make sure
up top, though, Wraith King going to be first blood. Gets taken out. A dangerous lane for him.
Yes. Although, CS still not too far apart. Although he's going to miss this wave under tower. Quite a bit of it. Mid lane. Some harass being traded. Not much. Although, this isn't great for the Wraith King. But, definitely not something Wraith Kings aren't unaccustomed to, I feel. This can happen to him a few times. And still he will, just with those skeletons, farming multiple places at once. Almost a better Terrorblade, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. Especially since he can push without even risking illusions. He just sends the boys, and the boys can take those towers.
Yes. The Hector treatment, as I like to call it.
Can I, real quick, while you have a lull in the action here, I want to take a moment to say something that... actually, we don't have a lull, because they're going on the Earth Spirit. Who's going to die first? It is the Earth Spirit, and then they're going to quickly lose the Grimstroke afterwards. Down bottom, they're trying to harass the clock, but I don't think it's going to result in anything. And Grim, Wraith King gets dove by...
Alright, that's not what you want to see. Now with a 2-level advantage for the Bloodseeker, that is where things start to get scary, I think. Because Racings can lose their lane a bit, but when they start losing it that bad, that's... Oh, mid lane!
Oh, he interrupts! There's no bottle handover. He might go down, puts down the EMP to dissuade any return, but does prevent the bottle from getting refilled. Yeah, I wanted to take a moment. The moment's passed a bit now, but when that Wraith King died and Grim was farming under lane, I know it's bad for the lane, but when I'm playing position 5, that always makes me feel good. I'm like, oh, I get a whole wave of XP to myself. I know I shouldn't, but I had to admit it to someone. Like my AA meeting.
You know, it is... Here's the thing. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes those early levels on the supports are very valuable. Those early ultimates coming out, especially on heroes like Grimstroke. Although, you don't want to see it to this level of extreme. When there's a level 5 Bloodseeker and Wraith King is
the roll.
Level 3.
They're going to get another kill here, it looks like. They get a stun.
Just getting out of
that. The stun comes out. Oh, the fortify. They don't want to let this man get away. He pops the salve. He manages to dodge that pure damage, which is significant. It looks like he might go down anyways. There's still creeps under tower, so it's going to be hard
to
survive the dive. And they're still going. They're trying to get this man. Clockwork also going to die. Gets the rune, though. That's fine.
That's value right there.
But you know what the problem is? Look at the thirst. How fast this Bloodseeker is. Look, he's gonna pop down the blood right. Dead man?
Oh, yes, dead man.
It's a dead man who tried to TP.
Level 6. This Bloodseeker showing us... although we haven't seen a lot of him. Except for from Secret. This is why Secret picks him, and this is why other teams are starting to pick him up even in League of Legends.
Radiant's still diving, but some Sick jukes from Ultra Gunner.
This is like Wraith King 101, though, I will say, as playing as a Wraith King player. This happens. You just sit there, and they just constantly go on you, because they know the moment laning phase is over, you're just going to do whatever you want. Possibly not this game, though. Bloodseeker's that far ahead. With the Veil already coming out at 6 minutes, it's going to be very dangerous. Oh, bottom lane.
And there's a stun on the clock. Only level 2 unguarded. That's rough, buddy. They're just going to turn. Doom taking a lot of damage. That's, you know, a hard one. Both of these lanes feel pretty hard won for Radiant. Mid lane also going pretty even.
Favoring Dire a bit.
Oh, I missed the Doom kill. I started talking about mid.
T2ers.
Oh, and look who's back for another gank up top. If it isn't the old Earth Spirit.
See, this, although, is not what you want to see playing Wraith King. Having to sit in trees and sap XP. You want to be constantly hitting creeps, constantly getting skeletons, just spamming them out off cooldown, I feel, as you get to level 4 and 5.
Look at this on the back line. Here comes Invoker. They're going into the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker does have the ultimate, but Invoker's here. Pops the Cold Snap, EMP, Tornado combo. They have to kill this Bloodseeker to make it worth it. They've already lost the Wraith King. Look at this man running out. Where's the damage? You're a Quaswex Invoker. The answer is you don't have any. And this is my problem. You sacked your lane, you sack the game. But they are going to get at least the Earth Spirit. Tiny, though, rotates in, decides that he wants in on the action, but now he may have overstayed his welcome. As a full duration Inkswell comes out, a Tornado into EMP is going to get hit by that, slowed as well. But where's your damage, Invoker? Your Quaswex!
That does feel
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, this train's got no brakes as they go on to Doom. Now, Doom probably going to be able to walk away. But
with
still,
that passive regen, both those kills being narrowly escaped by the side of Radiant. If Invoker had a little more damage, as you said, or if that Grimstroke Q had connected, maybe we see a kill. But, you know, going for that control.
Back in the safe lane, look who's going in again!
Oh no!
There's no escape for this Wraith King! Oh, or maybe there is no... They ultimate him with the Rupture. I don't know why I forgot the name of that ability. And he's dead again! Wraith King's level 5! Wraith King's almost below the clock in net worth.
Okay, this is not what you want to see. I said Wraith King can lose his lane and still win the game, but I didn't mean to this extent, I think we all can realize. Wraith King, although still not an unwinnable game, I don't think. Especially though with how... what we got going on? I
thought we had something, but...
You're good.
Turns out to be just a pattern in the mid lane.
Yeah, but I do feel, though, Wraith King is not as strong of a hero that takes over the game as he used to, that Radiance build not being as strong or as popular. I think the Armlet build that we see a lot more, or Echo Saber in this case, some of these early game fighting items, not as potent if you don't get them quickly.
Meanwhile, though, now in the mid lane, it is actually an initiation. They will take out that Invoker. And it looks like probably the Clock as well. Clock desperately hitting his Q, pushes them back. So they won't lose the Clock, but they do lose the mid. And meanwhile, Bloodseeker, man, he is farming. He's going for a Force Staff. He's doing the old Try Mike, for instance, build. He's gonna Rupture you, he's gonna Veil you, he's gonna Force Staff you. Oh, but it looks like they may catch this Earth Spirit. Gonna have to try. The Inkswell's out. They're going for kills. And they're gonna get one, it looks like. Yep, that's gonna be a dead Venge. Doom is also here. They're probably gonna lose the Clockwork in the exchange. Indeed they do. The lift into the EMP. No mana to roll out now.
There's your damage. Kills. Look at that. Invoker gets a kill. Although most of the damage not done by him. Tiny using this haste to get some bottle charges filled up and go somewhere, maybe. Bloodseeker completely taking control of this lane. This is what you see from these Bloodseekers. They just dominate their safe lane. They get this Veil. They go for whatever they want, something like a Force Staff, and they just force the carry. No hero can play in this game. It's not like the Venom, where you have to send someone there. You physically can't send someone there because this hero, unlike Venom, will dive and will kill you.
It's that crazy pure damage on the blood, right, man? It's such a wild change.
And the way it stacks with Veil.
Just powerful. And Wraithing trying to claw his way back into the game. Finally hits level 6 at 11 minutes. Well, he's been here for a bit, but...
Alright, so...
Still late!
Oh, we got stuff going on mid lane.
Yeah, they're rolling in. The Invis is out. They do toss a dust. Probably gonna die on the Invoker, as there's now also a Bloodseeker here. He'll get the kill. They put the Rupture onto the Doom. Doom gets swapped for the extra damage. Does Doom onto the Bloodseeker. Gets swapped again. They're bullying this poor man. And they will get that kill. But I don't think they're going to get much more. And honestly... Oh, no, Wraith King has already popped a skeleton, so he won't be able to push with them.
Yep, but 2 cores down on the side of Dire and 2 supports on the side of Radiant. That is a favorable matchup for Radiant if I've ever seen one. They just... What I'm seeing on the side of Muppets here is they have these heroes that can just go on Dire, and they have very little response. They have very little save for the ability of Radiant to go on you. Clockwork can try to Cogs, push back someone. Grinshow can probably try to put Inkswell or slow them with a Stroke of Fate. But most of these heroes, once Bloodseeker or Earth Spirit is on top of you, you're probably just going to die. Or Tiny as well. Well, forgot about Tiny, holy. Wow.
Oh, but a jelly comes out. Now!
That's huge. There we go. That's it. Game's over.
Troll's building Battle Fury.
Okay, I don't like this. I don't like
Uh-oh. The Doom! There's the Force Stop and the kick! Not a swap, but there could have been one. Now we're seeing the full combo. Rupture, Force Staff, toss, kick, swap.
Oh, it's so gross. Alright,
That was the game plan that we didn't see.
That's the entire draft. I'm gonna say this though. I don't like Battle Fury on Troll, especially right now. I feel like Battle Fury is this item. Maybe it will work out. I'm not saying it won't work out, but I feel like it's better just to have this fighting item, especially in this meta where kills are more important and you can just get farm from kills and taking map control. I feel like this Battle Fury just artificially slows your game down more than it needs to be. Oh, but mid.
They're going onto the Earth Spirit. There's no way for him to roll out, so he will go down. That's a free kill.
It's a 5-man rotation, though.
Rupture's coming back up pretty soon. Doesn't have the mana for it, though.
Walking into their jungle, they're going to find the timing, but I don't think anything is going to happen.
No Doom for 3 seconds.
No.
Why not?
Alright. So this
pings on the Invoker. Will they commit?
Want him again. Oh no.
There's
not
an
like
invis
this Invoker.
for the Bloodseeker. Earth Spirit's there. He's
running.
running.
Oh, not like this. I was about. Oh, that would have been awful. That would have been just ruining your Invoker's game. This Bloodseeker taking the top net worth, unsurprisingly given that start. He's just going to take control of this game with his Tiny. Troll's just going to farm. And maybe that's how the Battle Fury works out. If you don't have to play the game for 30 minutes, then you know... that's maybe an exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I just feel like if the Troll had a Diffusal Blade...
That's what I was saying.
Then Wraith King's dead. Now, he may still go for it, but I want to point out, if he doesn't, the prime opportunity for me to talk about 6 more skeletons spawn. Powerful.
You and the skeleton build.
Listen,
Although...
all I'm saying is, I played Wraith King for years before talents were a thing, and it wasn't a problem. Unless there's mana burn, I think you'll get more value out of the extra skeletons.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright, in the triangle, though, it looks like there is a gank coming from Dire. They do manage to get in onto the Earth Spirit. Probably going to get swapped out if I had to guess. But that swap isn't actually what you want, honestly. He was about to roll out, and now he can't. Oh, pops the wand. Gets the rollout, because they didn't commit to him. The stroke's going to whiff. There's no blink. there's no Sunstrike, he's gonna roll again and be safe. Dire, not like this.
Those were some broken ankles there. Didn't look good for a second. Looked really sketchy. It looked like both supports were going to die as a result of that swap, but somehow, both getting out. I didn't see what happened with the Venge, but that Earth Spirit popping the one at the right time and just getting the roll with the Remnant onto the low ground there. Dire does not have the chase.
And Wraith King's going for, it looks like a first item Echo Saber here. It's going to be a while before he can do anything.
You know, this is one thing Dire does lack a bit of.
Doom in the bottom lane. Just dead.
Is just dead.
Carry on. Creep was farmed.
I don't feel like Dire has a lot of reach on their team. Radiant doesn't have the best though in some, like overall that we've seen in some games, but I feel like they have a lot more reach than the side of Dire. I think if heroes get out on the side of Radiant, they're just out. It's very hard to catch them unless you get a hook shot or a tornado.
Especially until the blink comes out on Doom. And Doom, in response to that, is now queuing the blink.
There we go. See, he knows. Needs that way of jumping on the enemy team without having to use a hook shot or having to use a tornado and then walking on top of them. Wraithing with the Echo. He has nothing else queued up. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a BKB. Yeah, maybe not. Of a Deso, maybe? We've seen a lot of Desos on Wraithings lately.
I don't know what he's going to go. It feels like he's not going to be relevant for another 20 minutes. And this might be longer. If he gets caught out, he accidentally cancels the crit. The toss, they're putting the Venge in deep. They do get the Doom out onto the Earth Spirit. And the Grimstroke ulti is on too. Ultra Gunner doesn't have a stun to do a dual stun. But a big Stroke of Fate is going to stun them both for a long time. Troll ultis. He will kill the Clockwork, but now look at him. Man's just stuck in the cogs. What did we say? Is going to attempt to get out now. Doesn't have the ultimate, unlike the Wraith King, who does. And this would be a big series of kills if they can get them. The Force Staff isn't going to be enough. Look at how fast Bloodseeker is, though. It's optimistic to catch him even with the vision. And they choose not even to try, but that's a big fight for the Radiant. 1,700 swing their way.
Yes, the Dire there taking a huge fight. The double stuns, the double abilities coming up from the... That was a huge Grimstroke ult right there. The damage, and, you know, the Quaswex showing up there. A lot of mana burned on the side of Radiant. They couldn't do very much grouped up, and the main thing there... Oh,
no.
1 second.
Doom was getting out, timing it right, but then the neutral dropped a Vambrace, and it almost led to his death. That would have been tragic.
Sorry, neutral drops are the biggest bait in Dota 2 history.
They really are. You can't afford to not take them, so you're kind of forced to go back for them. Thank God it didn't cost him his life, or else he would have been salty.
I do feel, though, that...
Radiant's going for a kill. They're rolling onto the clock, an expert dodge. There is a silence, but I don't think they're going to catch him. He has the cogs, he has the luck.
Once again, though, as we were saying in the... Oh, wait, still something happening.
Oh, yeah, they get a swap. Invoker. He's caught out, ruptured, has the tornado, but I don't think it's going to matter. Clock desperately comes in with the blade mail. Please hit me instead. Not going to happen. There is a swap. And actually, though, this might turn into a bit of a dicey situation for the Venge. The Venge has the Q put on her. Is she going to tick? Barely survives 2 HP. I actually don't know if that can kill you, but I'm pretty sure it can.
I believe it's non-lethal.
Okay, never mind then. She was fine the whole time.
Alright, so...
King, though, he's top of his team now.
I will say, though, the one thing we were worried about with the Troll happened that fight. Although that one big fight a little bit ago worked out for them. He got tornadoed, he got cold snap, I believe. He got cogsed.
The commitment.
It is awkward.
Wraith King
also
buys a Midas at 20 minutes.
That's... they're gearing up for the late game, it appears. They're looking at this game going a while. Although I don't think that's what Radiant wants to do if they have anything to say about it. See, here's the thing about the cogs, though. The pushback's good, but putting the Troll inside of it is even better. Because when he uses his ultimate, he can't right-click the cogs.
The only problem is you're sacrificing yourself.
No, that's why you get the Force Staff, which he has queued up now.
Radiant, the blink on the Tiny. They do catch the Invoker, but with a big tornado, that is going to force this man to stay under tower. Suddenly, Venge is in there, not sure how that happened. Earth Spirit, meanwhile, is trying to kill this Invoker, standing still under all the damage. Will he tick? The toss doesn't hit him, hits the Grim instead. They'll lose the Tiny. Invoker lives!
That Invoker there showing a lot of discipline, not moving one bit,
and they killed
using his abilities, trusting his team. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore
go ahead.
Trusting his team responding, showing this is why our Invoker trusts us, backing him up, and they get the turn, and it's going to turn into a tier 1 tower. I think not enough damage, Radiant a little afraid to commit under tower, it seemed there. And probably rightfully so, seeing how the team fight went.
God, just the man's under vision. He's revealed by the Bloodseeker passive, and he's still unafraid, standing there menacingly. Looks like they might lose the Grimstroke for that tower, but that's a trade you're okay with. Although he does get a good dodge. Nope, still very deceased.
Shows no fear. Oh, DD rune spawns. I don't think anything will come of it, but maybe we could see a Roche. I don't think so, but it is possible. With the Venge on your team. Oh, they
got a Venge and you're a troll. That's a Roche. But Dire has the ward. Dire's going to see it.
They always have the ward.
The ward's expiring in 20 seconds. The perfect timing. They know.
There's something that this team has favored both games. They
have to catch the Venge first. They do lift. That's going to purge the DD, so no more DD on the troll. Venge is already dead. A rollout from the Earth Spirit, going to get stunned up. Meanwhile, the Blood Right's coming up, but they do catch him with a major hook shot. He's trapped in, gets forced, hits the cogs, is probably going to get out. A stun comes out onto the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, Invoker is ruptured, going to try and get out of the silence, and will do so. Roche at about half HP, this could be a turnaround. Especially with that Solar Crest. Look at this build from the Invoker. He just has a Solar Crest. He's just dealing damage. The Venge did buy back here, so if she dies, it could be dangerous. Or at least, I believe she bought back. Indeed, she did. Look at this. Invoker shows no fear. A big ultimate coming out from the Grimstroke, going to silence both of them. The Blink's going to stop. The Clockwork is going to kill him. Earth Spirit rolls in. Wraith King kind of isolated. Is going to get swapped in further on that Invoker and go down pretty quickly here. Wraith King comes back to life, but he's alone and he doesn't have a team. Earth Spirit rolls in with the stun. Roshan's not going to be the one to get the last hit. And what looked good for Dire swings back for Radiant. That's going to be a Roche for them and 3 kills.
Although there is a 7k net worth right now, it does not feel like with some of these fights. Both sides swinging for the ropes, you know. This Invoker build, although it didn't work out for him, I do understand what he's going for. To buff up the Wraith King, win these fights. The Double Bracer, I actually am a fan of. That is probably why he survived under tower there last time. That 2 fights ago. The Double Bracer. But did not work out from this last fight. Some really good tossbacks from Tiny into the Blood Rights. Just not get out. Troll Warlord, the Battle Fury looking good. Cleaving through like 3 heroes in that fight. Doing lots of damage.
Just so bold of Dire not to get any BKBs. Meanwhile, though, a toss in onto the Clockwork. They do have him in. They're probably going to kill the Clock, but he's staying in. They might be able to get the Earth Spirit. A Force Staff does come out. The swap, unnecessary, as he was already forced out. They'll get the Tier 2. Nothing of value lost on either side. Well, the Dire Tier 2 is of value, but still. I was just going to say, I am surprised that Dire doesn't have BKB. The Blood Right is pure, but it doesn't
getting one now. Wraith King's getting one now. Although Assault Curse is queued up first, he's going back for what appears. The BKB, I think, first? I don't know which one he's getting first, actually. Invoker, we don't know what he's doing.
First.
Doom, still no BKB queued up at all. That is concerning. I will say this, the Trolls build, if I want to pay attention to this for a second. Oh, something might happen. Well, until then. He's getting a Satanic, he's got this SMY.
They're not going to find anything yet. Another roll. They find the Doom. Doom has a blink in 1 second. I don't think they're going to commit now.
No. So this status resistance build here, a build very popular by the trolls a few weeks ago when he was very meta. Still very good, I feel. You have this, what is it? 20% from the SMY. How much is it from saying? I should know these numbers, shouldn't I?
You are the smart man.
And it's 30% from the Satanic, 50% status resistance, reducing stuns by 50% and disables. That is a big deal for Troll, especially during his ultimate, With the added lifesteal, the lifesteal amplification from SMY as well. Very good items on Troll. Very hard to lock him down, even without the BKB. And sometimes it allows you to skip the BKB altogether. Although, against an Invoker, I still wouldn't recommend it. But never know.
It's gonna be tough for Dire, I think.
I think we could see Radiant look to chip High Ground at the very least.
They're going on Wraith King, it looks like. No roll. Wraith King gonna run down bottom. Actually not. Looking to maybe go back in. There isn't an Aegis. Oh, but the Doom comes out. This is gonna be good. And what a ultimate from the Grim, preventing the man from running away. He's going to go down. They're also gonna lose the Earth Spirit. And they put the Aegis on the Troll, and they just say, fine, we'll go on Bloodseeker. He's the bigger kill anyways.
And well, just like that, Dire strikes back, showing they see the Troll top briefly, and showing that they, even that close to the map, they know he can't get there in time. They're going to take the opportunity they can. And you saw the Troll, I don't know if you saw it, but the Troll, as soon as he started getting close...
we're going to lose a Grim, but they're going to maybe go on the Troll. This is probably a mistake. Oh, the Blade Mail, it's powerful. Troll pops the ultimate, will survive, but honestly, maybe this is the chance for the turn. Doom, tanky, not tanky enough. All that potential wasted.
As I was saying, I'll finish that first. They showed they were willing to go when the Troll was showing just a little bit away because they knew they could get the kills in time, reading the map very well, using their ultimates very well. But I think they overstayed their welcome. They did not respect the strength the Troll and the Tiny still held on their own, with that Venge backing them up.
Troll walks up to the high ground, hitting faster and faster and faster into the tower. Is going to get stunned. There is a Grimstroke here to slow him down. The Tiny does toss back the Wraith King. He manages to walk out of the Blood Right, but look at Radiant. They're taking the towers. The ultimate, the Fortify does come out, but it's too little, too late to save the tower. It is dangerous for this Troll. He doesn't have his ultimate for 30 seconds. Obviously does have the Aegis. They almost lose the Grim, but another big Grimstroke ulti comes out, leashing the Troll. Now it's leashing the Tiny to the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker is in danger, moving very fast right now. Troll back has his ultimate up in 17 seconds. Going to town on the side of Dire. They lose the Doom on the backline. Now Wraith King back, gets stunned up by the Earth Spirit, gets silenced as well, trying to walk out, is going to. They look for the Clockwork. They're going to do a lot of damage to him, but the lift comes out from Invoker. They're not going to kill him just yet, and they don't have creeps in the base for a second. So they're not going to be able to take this out. Creeps now here. It looks like they're going to take out the range racks. Keep going for the melee. There is the ultimate back up on Troll. The Blood Rights are here. Wraith King tries to toss in the stun, gets silenced a little bit too soon. He's still going. A hook on the backlines is going to isolate the Troll. They're going to stun him as well. Silence, it's a lot of damage. He can't get the ultimate off. No mana. He's unable to do anything to kick out. There's pinging the Troll, but they're not able to go on him because of the Earth Spirit, causing a lot of problems. They are going to take him out. Will they be able to go further? There's not a hook shot. They don't have good vision. Invoker invis is up. Starts looking. What can he find? Not looking in the triangle. Tiny's teleported in to the outpost. This fight has been very long form. They do lose a range Rex, but nothing more. And it looks like they will be unable to find Radiant, who are already regrouping on their high ground. And actually, they're looking for Wraith King. There's no ultimate. He's going to get tossed. He's going to get Avid. Gets Force Staff, but it actually kind of saves him from the Blood Right, but it doesn't matter, because that's a dead Wraith King with no buyback. Clockwork also going to go down. He does have buyback, and actually, the bounty runes push Wraith King into buyback territory.
Alright. That fight almost looked a little bad for Radiant for a second there. Maybe overstaying their welcome a bit, thinking they could get more than they could.
Well, you don't have time to analyze because Earth Spirit's going on to Invoker. Gonna roll out.
Goodness.
Now the high ground for Dire. They take the mid lane. They're just gonna probably walk out here if I had to imagine, or will they go deeper? It looks like they choose to go deeper. There's still not a buyback from Wraith King. They're hitting the tower. Dire looking for a way to initiate onto him. They are going to lift him. The stun a little bit mistimed. The Doom doesn't come out. They are going to kill the Venge. Clockwork misses the hook. But there is a double Doom. The first one we've seen this game. They're probably going to be able to get in. A nice Sun Strike. That's actually going to be a Kata, I think. They will kill the Venge and nothing else, but they preserve the Wraith King's buyback, and they could look for more. Actually, it's Earth Spirit that looks for more as he rolls in. He's going to get stunned up. Yules comes out onto the Doom, doesn't get the silence timing. Venge buys back, teleporting back into the outpost. Meanwhile, Invoker in a lot of danger. BKB Tiny lifts him up in the air. He's still silenced, still stunned. Is he going to be able to get out? Tries to Yules, but he goes down, has a buyback, instantly pops it. Earth Spirit now. He's the one in trouble. As they try to go on him, they swap the Wraith King. Does have that reincarnate, so he's only dead the once. And it looks like Dire's going to try and go for something here. They take out the Venge, no buyback, just bought back. Another missed hook from the Clockwork, meanwhile, goes through. They're trying to take out the Doom. The Doom getting weaker, weaker, weaker. Barely walks out, does have a Spirit Vessel. Looks like he's going to survive, though. Meanwhile, Tiny gets caught up. No mana anymore. Troll also out of mana. Desperately trying to get that Tiny out. Are they going to be able to? Looks like they will. They blink out. Meanwhile, they kick out the Clockwork on the Earth Spirit to prevent the Inkswell, but he still goes down. And all of that for a bunch of buybacks and no towers.
Right. I'm going to pull a buyback status now before I talk about this. Alright, no buybacks for the side. Oh, no, sorry, one. Wraith Team with the only buyback left on Dire. This is dangerous. Now, all of them on cooldown except for... No, Doom's is just 500 gold away. Alright, his could be up. Cost some buybacks to hold there. It did look very good for Radiant at first. Dire holding with those buybacks, but that economic damage is done. The 13k net worth lead. I feel the Troll is getting to this point. He's going to the Abyssal. I was about to say before that fight started, I felt he needed either a BKB or an Abyssal. He needed some way of being able to commit to kills. I think this Abyssal turns him to a hero that can solo kill anyone on the side of Dire, except for maybe Wraith Team with the Reincarnate. These fights, Tiny doing lots of work. He's jumping those backlines. Earth Spirit showing no fear in any of these fights. Just keeps going in, even when it doesn't look like they should engage. And it's working out for them.
Ooh, Radiant almost get their Earth Spirit caught out. They managed to survive. Meanwhile, they're pushing mid. They have no fear. But the Skelebros, look at them go. Earth Spirit has to go back to clean them up.
As I was saying, the Skeletons, they can shove lanes. Not as well as they used to, but still, they offer that lane pressure there that makes it to where the enemy team has to respond, and very little commitment for that lane pressure. Very safe for the Wraith King to use these Skeletons. They don't even give away that much gold.
Takes a lot of damage. The tower's the one killing them. Now Wraith King's farming top.
Alright, we're seeing
chooses to go for the 12 strength. Will he go for the skeleton spawn talent?
I think we're going to see the reincarnate mana cost.
Everyone always takes the reincarnate mana cost, but Troll has no mana burn. He's not having mana issues. You know, by now he's level 20. He has a lot of mana. It shouldn't really come up too much.
You're not wrong. But here's the thing, once you commit to that, do you go back for the Diffusal on Troll if he commits no...
well, at that point you do have a BKB as well. Meanwhile, though, look, a smoke from Dire. They taste blood. They want to get something.
Rocket Flare, Bloodseeker, I think.
Yeah, but just for a moment. They want to go on the Wraith King. They're pinging him. Bloodseeker pops the Rupture. Pops the Bloodright. Now he's BKB'd in the middle, is going to be okay, but the double Doom, is it going to come out? No, it doesn't look like it as a swap, saves the Bloodseeker. Now a toss combo onto the Grimstroke, already weak, going to go down. No buyback, of course. No buybacks at all on the side of Dire as they lose the Wraith King's first life here. It looks like yes, no, maybe, who knows? The huge Cons comes out, now the Tiny's in trouble, gets a toss combo, the ult's going to come out, that's the Reincarnation Force, the Doom has come out, not sure on to who. Meanwhile, they have lost the Tiny. Wraith King, he can't go down here. If he does, that's probably the game. The roll comes through, misses, hits the Clockwork. They have lost the Wraith King. A kick into the Blood Right to kill the Clockwork. They're going to take out the Invoker. No buybacks. Dust is popped. And that's got to be GG. It definitely is.
Yes.
Even if they don't
call. What we saw in that team fight is the Rupture coming out on the Wraith King, the commitment with the Force Staff. It looked really good. Clockwork, I did like what he tried to do there. He's immediately hook shots from another angle onto the Bloodseeker, attempting to delay the commitment onto his Wraith King, but it just wasn't there. The Doom did come out onto the Troll there. Those status resist items really shortening the duration, not reducing the damage. Took a lot of damage very quickly, but since he was able to disengage, it reduced the time he was muted. He was able to come back in very early, a lot more early than usually you would have with a Doom target, and clean up. As soon as Troll was able to pop that ult, the fight was over.
What a series! Both teams take a game. That's a 1-1 trade-off.
That's what we like to see. I think both teams played very well. Although there were some slip-ups on both sides, I think both games, But overall, I liked what I saw. I liked that, even though they lost first game pretty convincingly, even with what we felt was a stronger draft, Mike and the Muppets come back swinging. They play this game, play it very smart. The Earth Spirit looked very good, I have to say. I think Earth Spirit, Bloodseekers are too.
Those rolls were so tasty. I've got to say,
I think Earth Spirit is the stand-up player. So go ahead.
I gotta say, it's the synergy, dude. It's the kicks into the blood rights. It's the perfectly timed silences from the Earth Spirit. Like that last fight. A brilliant ultimate from the Grimstroke, right? Catches two important heroes. But then Earth Spirit silences the Doom, and then Venge swaps the targets, and that opportunity is gone. It's just a brilliant series of plays.
No, you're right. I feel like this Earth Spirit, these rolls coming out, very beautiful. This Earth Spirit, I think he is both games. I mean, kind of on the starter, not as flashy, can't do as much. Both games, though, very consistent. I think in the second game, he stood out quite a bit. This Bloodseeker, I don't feel would have had the start he did if it were not for the Earth Spirit in his lane.
Definitely not.
He just pushed that lane over the edge. He caused this Bloodseeker to be level 6 when the Wraith King was still level 3. And at that point, I think the game, although not winnable at that point, I think that was the beginning of the end, even that early for the team. Because, Wraith King, a comeback hero, but when you're 3 levels behind a Bloodseeker, an offline Bloodseeker, not much you can do. Very hard to farm the jungle, especially when there's an Earth Spirit behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you got anything more to say? Are we wrapping up?
I think that's it for tonight.
All right. We'll be back no later than Sunday to do more casting. Maybe some stuff before then, I'm not sure. But, anyways, I'll see you all around. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks, guys.